To my clock, it is 6 p.m., so I'm going to ask if we stand and we'll have an invocation and pledge of allegiance. We'll bow in an attitude of prayer. Gracious Heavenly Father, we just thank you for another beautiful day in Washington County. Thank you for the things that were on our agenda this morning and the things we could do for our community, the positive things, the outreach, the groundbreaking of a new school for the future generations of our community. Lord, direct us and guide us. Thank you for the town of Clear Spring and for all the hard work and the things they do for their immediate citizens in and around Clear Spring and for the well-being of the town residents. And Lord, just watch over them, give them strength to continue their concern and love for their neighbors. Lord, guide us, direct us, and use us for thy service. May we honor you in all that we do and say, for it's in your Son's name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before I turn it over to the town of Clear Spring, I would like to just publicly say Vice President Commissioner Klein is attending a family viewing and tonight, and that is the reason he is not here this evening. So I think it's one of his immediate family. So,
Yes.
so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mayor, Town Council. It's your meeting. Present whatever you want to us, and we are live or online. So if you want to identify yourself so that the camera picks you up.
Stephen Blickenstaff, Mayor Clear Spring. With me, I have Town Councilman Grilling Mills and Susan Mills, and our Town Clerk Juanita Grimm.
Welcome. Good evening.
Thank you. Town's doing well. We didn't have anything really to talk about or request or come in here for. We've had some smaller things in the past. But anybody that knows me knows I'm going to say what's on my mind. And I'm disappointed that I'm here. That as a citizen of Clear Spring, I had to come to Hagerstown to see my county commissioners. Many of you and many county commissioners in the past have ran on, we're going to go out to the public. And I certainly hope you get back there soon, because I think that's where you need to be. And I've said that, I think I was talking to Juanita this afternoon, I think this is my 18th year. And I've always heard commissioners run saying, oh, we're coming back out, we're coming back out. And I'm just, this is not where I want to be tonight, I'll be honest with you. With that said, I'm going to speak for my community. Everybody knows the 40 Bridge was going to close. And I attended this meeting at the high school and was fed a lot of stuff of things that would happen even by county staff. None of it happened. Things that were to be done were never done. Individuals were contacted and I was told, well, we're too busy to do that. Independence Road was not to be closed to one-way traffic 24/7, 7 days a week. It was to be two-way traffic, closed to one-way traffic on the weekend. I'm president of the Isaac Walton chapter on Independence Road. It has, and I said this back at that meeting, the effect on our public participation of some of the things we do as a fundraiser has been drastically hit. And that road being closed is one of those things. And I'm speaking for Clear Spring and Big Pool because I have friends all through the area up there, believe it or not. The traffic up there with this 70 fiasco is unacceptable. And we come to you. You're our county commissioners. You're our first line of contact. I haven't seen an elected state official from my district probably in 2 years, other than maybe it's a carnival. I ask that you get in touch with them. Making those, I mean, the first week the bridge closed, you guys got plenty of calls. Brawl Fording was closed. We paved Fairview Road. Understand. Now with the 70 fiasco and the closing, and I know you've run into it, our other roads have been destroyed. Our Brawl Fording Road, the shoulders are gone. Kemps Mill Road, I know Maryland 68 is a Maryland road. Cedar Ridge, all the truck traffic, the bridge on Kemp's Mill, the guardrail is, I can't tell you how many places it's tore up. We're going to have to pay for that. There's no accident reports, not that I know of. But we just, please, reach out, whatever we can do. There has to be a better plan than what we're doing right now with the traffic up our way. I feel so bad for the people. Rockdale Road, that road's not fit for horse and buggy, let alone traffic when the interstates. People Google map, they find a way. And Rockdale and that little short piece there from 40 over to Broad Fording, it's just unacceptable what's going on up our way with this traffic.
We had a meeting recently with MDOT to go over their CTP plan or their Consolidated Transportation Plan for the upcoming budget year. We did bring up many of the same concerns that you are mentioning right now. The fact that traffic is detouring onto county roads. Those roads are too narrow. They don't have shoulders. They're not meant, they weren't built for tractor trailers to drive on them. So we expressed our concerns to them. We expressed concerns about the damage that it's doing to all of our roads and to the bridge. I will say that Commissioner Klein also expressed to them that at some point we would like for them to consider providing us with funding to repair and or replace some of the damage that has occurred as a result of this increased traffic, because people are detouring onto those roads and it's creating a huge inconvenience for all of our citizens in the community. So we have expressed those concerns to state officials, and we do echo the same concerns that you have.
I just deal with it. I'm sure you all have received many calls, but because of where we're at and the folks we know, I get quite a few earfuls. So I just wanted to share that. I know you're aware. There's got to be a better way. I got to admit, I look at that bridge almost every night. I think they're making great progress on the Route 40 bridge.
And based on our discussions with them, they did make some changes to some of the traffic lane changes that are occurring there on I-70 at 68, which was causing some of the major accidents. That seems to have helped. I haven't seen any accidents since they've made those changes. We also have our TAC committee that meets regularly, and Scott Hobbs is here. He's our Director of Engineering. They are also discussing the problems that are occurring as a result of those multiple closures and trying to come up with a game plan with our highways department as well as with state highway officials to try to make sure that we're detouring traffic in an appropriate manner and on roads that have been built to handle those kinds of traffic. So our TAC committee, which is our Transportation Advisory Committee, they are also looking at it.
I know Sheriff Albert can't handle detour flow traffic, and I know I just would ask that they try to send even the state up to keep people off of Kemp's Mill, Pinesburg, Broad Fording, Rockdale. I'm sure they used Spickler Road just last week when 70 was actually closed for a reason for the lane shift, but that's my 2 cents.
Council members? Juanita?
Juanita, you're not going to talk?
I'm going to lose money here.
I have a question. We have the 250th anniversary coming up. What plans does Clear Spring have for any events to commemorate the 250th anniversary?
We'll have our normal July 3rd fireworks. We have made no other plans. We have? See, she has to talk now.
So we have events planned every month, starting in January, the whole way through December, and it'll be the third Sunday of every month at Plum Grove.
Oh, okay.
And we have different events set up for that.
Wonderful. Can you send us a list of those events so that we can get it on the commissioner's calendar?
To Danielle, and
Okay.
Danielle was to put them on the calendar.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks for allowing us to participate, and we did reserve room in the building wherever we're going to be so that we could put a display up that day, and we hope we're all on staff that day.
Wonderful. Thank you.
July 4th day? Okay.
2026.
Steve, not to belabor it, but I sympathize. It's, I live right there at the bridge, and it's very problematic, and, I'm out in the middle of 40 directing truck drivers that can't speak English because they've gone past Sweetsies and there they sit. And they can't make the turn, they can't make the curves on Rockdale. Those poor folks that live on that first S curve of Kemp's Mill, they're running up through their yard and everything. And we've repeatedly expressed all these concerns to the State Highway Administration.
I think it was 2 weeks ago on a Friday, and that's when there was 70, they closed it for the lane to make an adjustment. And it was way past your place. They trying to turn onto Cedar Ridge because they were coming out beside Thompson's Funeral Home, going down 40 with nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And nowhere to go. So it's.
Weren't you out there directing traffic one night?
Oh, yeah, that's what I say. I was literally directing traffic. A trucker had stopped at Sweetsies and was just sitting there dumbfounded. He went on down and realized he was in trouble. And I actually blocked 40. People coming out on Rockdale were screaming and blowing their horns at me because I was blocking them. And I was trying to get, this guy couldn't speak English. We were trying to do hand signals together, and he was trying to make the right turn on the Cedar Ridge, and he just couldn't. The truck was too long. It was a mess. It was just
Last Friday, same thing, John. He got past the turn there behind Sweetsies and saw he couldn't, so I stopped, helped him back up. And they're trying to turn around at Superior Electric and Bill's Barber Shop, and there's no room. There's nothing.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the answer is. I just think it was poor planning with the 70 work to even do it at the same time, but it's too late now.
Yeah, no, it's, and again, not to keep belaboring it, but I think we found out about the public information evening at Clear Spring High School, we found out the day before. That's kind of, nope, they didn't give us any consideration or, any lead time from when the public was going to be notified the next evening up there at the high school. So it's been very concerning. So feel your pain, and we're trying. Commissioners, your turn.
No, I just thank you guys for coming, Steve. I heard you loud and clear. I have the answers for you. I know Williamsport's got a lot of problems too with the traffic being detoured through there, and I know there's some people trying to work on some traffic studies there to see how they can alleviate that. As much hate to say it, I think it's something we're gonna have to live with and try to, I'm glad they did the 70 thing, even though it screwed the works up. I think that will help a little bit to maybe keep that accidents were happening there down. But with that being said, I'm sorry you had to come in, but things are just the way we're doing it now. So, and I get it. I understand you completely. But I'm glad y'all did come in, and it was good seeing y'all. And
Door's always open. You can always go roundabout and come see us.
yeah, I can. I travel usually up the Sierra Falls up that way because I live right over there. But
Second Tuesday of every month,
Second Tuesday.
except for November, that's Veterans Day, so we're moving it up to the first Tuesday.
oh, okay.
Second Tuesday every month, what time?
7 o'clock.
7 p.m. Okay, you got that for the record. Derek, yes.
So, I hear you loud and clear, just like everyone else does.
Is your microphone on?
From my personal interaction, with state officials at whatever forums we've had, including the last one, I don't find that there's much interest in hearing from us. I'm very negative on their care and feeding of the concerns of Western Maryland, for whatever reason that is, whether they're just overwhelmed or they're just going about their business as they want to do it without really working through the issues. But that's me. I don't know what others think, but I guess one thing that you are aware of is the Board of Elections has selected Clear Spring to be one of the early voting sites. So I think that's some good news, and some of us went to the Board of Elections public meeting to push for a site that would be west. And I specifically brought up the issue of the interstate problems that are going to go on through the year, and also the problems of 40 in the bridge. And they heard something because we're going to have, an early voting site there, which it's not a lot, but I think it'll be helpful for people that are interested in getting to the election site during that 8 or 9 day window. So,
Clear Spring American Legion?
yes, yeah. They selected 3, Clear Spring, Boonesboro, and the library downtown. We provided them the money and the approval ahead of time for 4 sites, but they chose only 3 to include the library, and then an alternate, which they are going to recommend to us, which we already said you have the money for 4, but we're going through a process, and they're recommending Virginia Avenue. And I won't go into the details of it, but, we'll wind up approving I think, something for a 4th site, but we'll discuss that more. But the good news is, we're going to have 4 sites this year, or this coming election year. And then, did you get the coins for the 250th?
We did.
Yeah, okay. And how are you set on those?
We have not started distributing them yet. We'll start after the grand thing here with the Mummers Parade.
Okay,
Then we'll start handing them out, and they'll be handed out at every event that we have
Monthly.
until the 250.
and then
Perfect.
your historical association there is making progress on moving a barn, right? Yeah, the log barn.
Riker Farm down on Route 63.
Yeah,
They just had a big cleanup down there the other week.
last weekend, I think,
So they've
or the
had
weekend before, yeah.
Had several meetings we're waiting on the funds to come in to move that, because my understanding it needs to be disassembled and then stored until they find the proper place to
Well, hopefully,
pack up.
we can get a location so it doesn't have to be stored long. So, I think the intent, Randy, is to try and get a location at the Ag Center, right? Okay. So, thank you very much. I can't imagine how it hinders so many things, from families traveling to get to after-school sports, to do things with school, work. It's, Steve, it's,
We have a coin for you if you come to Clear Spring. How's that? We just gave them out Saturday, so.
oh, yeah, cool.
Absolutely.
We had our Fall Fest Saturday, and participation was low. We had 100 people come in to receive the coin, but we only had 50 go out we sponsored different businesses, highlight different businesses. And they only had about 50 participants go to get their little passport stamp to bring it back in. So the bridge closed did hurt our event.
It's having an economic impact.
I can
Significant.
definitely feel for Wilson's store and Sweetsies, I'm sure, so.
They have, the MDOT officials have assured us that it will be open before the start of next school year, next September.
I can see that. I mean, if you go down, I walk out on the old Wilson Bridge and look at it, and they are making serious progress.
Linda Poffenberger assured me that there's apparently some very lucrative incentives for the contractor to get it done ahead of schedule.
Didn't they mention, maybe I misunderstood it, the sooner they might have 1 lane open?
That was kind of hinted, but
Yeah, I remember them saying that, but I didn't know they even set a time frame for within a year, one,
I didn't hear a commitment, but she made it very clear to me that, there's,
There's incentives built into the contract, for sure.
so there.
Has there been any more talk about the upgrade to the Clear Spring Middle School? Or been brought before the commission? Or-
That's not in the 10-year CIP plan. Is that correct, Kelsey?
We had heard they was going to demolish it. the middle
It's
school.
not in it's not in our 10-year plan.
Thank you.
Well, you know how it is when things get leaked out, so it spreads pretty quick.
Hey, you know how I found out? My grandkids come home from school and said the school secretary told them all about it.
Thank you for coming. I feel your pain. I recently attended Ernst's Market's 80th year celebration. That's a really cool store, really nice facility, great people working in there. But my story is, when I got to Williamsport, I ran up Route 68 the whole way. The traffic was diverted off 70 eastbound. Tractor and trailers from the square of Williamsport all the way to dam number 5 road and beyond. Absolute insanity. Everybody's moving at the rate of, every time the traffic light would change in Williamsport, perhaps 3 or 4 tractor trailers would move through. So you can do the math, know exactly what you're talking about. When I left there, I had to go across St. Paul's out to 494 to get back to 81 southbound. So we appreciate what you're putting up with. The steps that can be taken are being taken to help you. The Clear Spring Historical Society and their involvement with the Reichard Farm there on Greencastle Pike, they're to be applauded. That is one incredible facility, and I'm really thankful that they stepped up to save it, even though it's got to be moved. It's really important that we save that. That's an unusual barn. Most of the barns that we have in Washington County are what? Bank barns. So you drive up into the barn. That is a ground-based barn, and it is a log structure that is built on the ground. And the remarkable part about it is how good the logs look. You walk inside and they're in incredibly good shape. And it was built in 1830. The house was built in 1792, and it's in very good shape also. So when you see them, when you talk to them, tell the Historical Society,
Treasurer right down here.
okay, you're doing a great job. That is a really good thing that you're doing for Washington County, stepping up and doing that. So thank you. Glad you're here.
Okay, County Administrator?
I don't have anything more to add from what I had mentioned earlier regarding our discussions with the MDOT officials. We do feel your pain. We're doing everything we can to address it with the state and trying to move the project along as quickly as we can. We do appreciate your participation in the 250th anniversary event. It's not only just the 250th anniversary of, the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it's the 250th anniversary of Washington County. So we're very excited for the events that we have planned for 2026, and we're excited to participate in yours as well.
I had somebody bring up to me about the traffic for that event, that you might be coming off of Keedysville Road.
So there is an entrance to the Ag Center off of Keedysville Road, and they are looking at that as one alternative so that we can have traffic coming in one direction and exiting another direction. And I'm not sure which way it's going to flow, but yes, we are looking at using both entrances to the Ag Center to make sure that we get traffic in and out smoothly.
See, that gets out quick, too. Yeah. I told him I didn't know if it was through
Yes.
the university farm or not. I know it's close to behind the Ag Center.
They've been non-responsive when we've reached out to them.
State of Maryland.
Anything else to come before us this evening? Staff, County Attorney's Office, everybody good? Again, we appreciate it. Its circumstances are such that, I think we'd all love to go back to coming out to the different jurisdictions and
I did see 81's backed up as far as the eye can see again tonight.
tonight. Is that right? Which direction?
Going south.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, that's what I was, how am I getting back?
Yeah. Okay, motion for adjournment. Got a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Aye.
So moved. Have a good evening.